Okay.
We are here with WBA featherweight champ Abner is fresh off his new win. He's got a belt, another one for the collection. All right, Abner, you know,
Of course.
Am I allowed? Is it heavy?
Yeah, it's heavy, yeah.
Wow, that is a real. Whoa!
It's soft inside too. It's got like a cushion. I like
That is like the plush interior.
Non-boxing
focus on the
fans always
interior.
love the belt and the jewelry, but let's talk about it sitting down. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wow! All right.
I love this.
So
wow.
Abner just won. Now this is not your first. This is your second featherweight title, right?
This is my second featherweight title, but in general, in all, I've been a 4-time world champion.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. Now your last fight was against Gutierrez.
Andres Gutierrez.
Andres Gutierrez. I remember the fight that really made your legend is one of the fights you actually lost by majority decision, I think.
Okay, yeah.
It was against Leo Santa Cruz, who's also one of the top pound for pound fighters.
Yes, sir.
You guys fought last year.
I mean, yeah, that was a great fight, but I think the fight that I personally think that made me was a fight against Armenian, Victor Archinian, for a world title as well. I had numerous fights, that have been tough, but definitely Leo Santa Cruz is one of the toughest fights that I had till date. A fight where there was a Staples Center that we pretty much not sold out, but it was close to like 15,000 people in attendance. Wow. To wrap it up, I'm gonna fight him again. I got a rematch. I got redemption coming in next year, God willing. And I want to beat this guy so bad. It's a tough fight, no doubt. But I thought it was a close fight last fight, and it's just a matter of adjustments.
Well, some people thought me personally, I thought it could have gone to you. It was a majority decision.
Yeah.
You could have, but you guys built up the fight so much, and now that both of you guys are champions, now you're gonna meet as champions, so it's gonna be a big deal. And this is probably gonna be a chance for you to become a big star, maybe even beyond boxing, right?
Correct. I don't know about beyond boxing, but I'm gonna stay in my sport. But it definitely there's those fights that that help you get to a different level. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where I'm at right now. I'm happy of what I've accomplished so far, but I think I could do so much more.
Now, these guys aren't as big boxing fans as I am, so tell them a little bit about your style. What is the Abner style when you get in the ring?
I mean, people that don't know much about boxing and go see me, they get, I'm not to brag or anything, but I'm good, you know what I'm saying? I'm quick, I'm fast.
You let them know, honey.
I'm fast, I'm entertaining, period.
Okay.
I go in there,
You put a show.
I put a show.
Okay.
From the beginning. I walk out with live music. I like banda. I always walk out with someone.
En serio? So you make it Mexican
Yeah,
style?
last fight I had Lenin Ramirez, I had Regulo Caro, I had many other, regional Mexican live, walking me to the ring. And once it comes to the fight, I just come out natural. I fight. I'm a fast fighter. I'm quick. I move around the ring, and I got an okay, punch.
Yeah.
So,
no, you can definitely. I didn't mean I didn't mean to insult them by saying a heavyweight.
Punch, me neither. But let me see your hands, because I'm like, your hands don't look that huge.
No, not,
but you pack a punch, let me tell you.
Sir. Yes,
Do
sir.
you ever feel guilty whenever you leave a concussion on somebody, when you really do some bodily injury to some of your, contrincantes?
Yeah, you know what? My last opponent, which was last week, I cut him in the second round, and they stopped the fight in the 10th because his cut up in the eye, his gash was like this big, and it was like bad, and it was like, and I had to keep punching him in that side, because I was like, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, because I know that if I continue to work that eye and that cut,
of course,
they're gonna stop the fight. So I had to. I'm sorry.
Well, you gotta save them from a concussion. Sometimes a bad cut is not as bad as being knocked out.
Do your girlfriends have a panic attack every time you're fighting?
Yeah, my wife. I mean, she's.
You're married?
Yeah, I'm married.
You're right.
Ooh, where's the ring, honey?
It's in the glove.
That's why I said girlfriend.
Yeah.
Where is it?
He left it in the glove. Do you miss it when you're spinning the glove out?
And that's my excuse. I tell my wife that I don't use it because I train so much, and I will be constantly putting it off, taking it off. Eventually I'm gonna lose it.
Well,
Put it next to the belt.
You can hang it here,
Well, I can't. I can't.
Saying.
No, put it next to the belt.
This, man.
Is the wife is she here? Is that you in the back?
What's
I'm
your?
kidding, obviously.
I want to know about before, do you have any intimidation style? Like, how do you interact with the other fighters normally?
Yeah, I think one thing that definitely intimidates my opponents is the way I walk out is a bandana. I always wear a skull bandana on top, and you don't see my face. You just see the skull bandana and just like straight look at the guy.
That would intimidate me.
Yeah.
Like in the Wild Wild West.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't like
so,
skulls.
I mean, it must work.
But you're actually like a fun-loving guy. And I noticed that when I did the interviews with you guys before the Leo Santa Cruz, he's very serious, doesn't have much of a sense of humor, is very dry. You're having fun. You're with your friends. You're with your entourage. You're smiling. You're laughing. Like, tell me, where does that personality come from, and how does that coexist with being a fighter?
I think it's just the way I am, you know what I'm saying? Like, I come from a big family. I got 10 brothers, 10 siblings.
Whoa,
So
no
I'm
wonder
11
you're
brothers.
direct.
Direct siblings or half siblings?
No,
practice
direct,
right
That's
there.
when you
wow.
learn how to fight.
Exactly, yeah.
How many kids are you gonna have?
I only have 2.
Oh, okay,
I'm
you only
done.
have, okay.
I only have 2 and I'm done. I think it just comes from that, just being in a big group, big family, always interacting, having fun. And that's just my persona. I like to have fun. Even when it's fight time, in the dressing room, I got live music. We're chilling. Hey, you're up next. Okay, we put on the gloves. It's just, you got to go have fun in there because you can't take everything serious.
Right. Raised in Hawaiian Gardens,
Yes, sir.
is it easy to get laid over there? Pun intended.
He's married.
He's married. I
No,
don't know
he's
about
talking
growing
about
up.
like a lady.
Yeah,
like a Hawaiian lady.
thank you.
Not late.
Dennis always has to come with the humor, man.
Hey, of course.
Language barrier, sorry.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Qué horror, díganlo en español entonces para que no haya problema.
Enséñale a la gente, but I want to show the back part. I want to show that like soft feathery thing that it's the soft side to the boxer.
Yeah, nobody thinks about the added plush interior.
Exactly.
Is this real gold on the actual belt?
I mean, I hope it is for what they charge us for it because it's not free.
Wait, they
obviously.
charge you for the belt?
There's a fee.
What?
There's a fee.
How much
Can
is
you
the fee?
say?
There's a certain percentage.
Okay.
I can't say how
A
much. but
percentage of your... I wouldn't say keep the belt.
Yeah, there's a percentage on your purse.
Do you
So
get-
whatever
do
you make, they take a certain
Do you
percentage.
get a new one every time that
No,
you
you
win
don't.
one?
No.
No, you just hold on to that.
Hold on to
Oh
it.
wow.
Whoa. So can you
this is
choose not to get the
great.
belt if you don't?
You could, but you're not taking it as serious,
Right.
as being
You need the
holding
belt.
No, you need to hold the belt.
They really
Yeah.
get you. They really
Yeah.
get you.
It's like Wonder Woman's cuffs,
They really get.
I do a lot of research before the guests come into the studio, and in one interview or in several, you've talked about getting harassed and beaten up by a cop, but
Yeah.
why didn't you report that? You didn't report it, right?
No. I mean, it was my fault. I mean, growing up, I grew up, like you mentioned, in Hawaiian Gardens, a tough neighborhood. But I was born in Guadalajara, Jalisco.
Okay.
People don't know. I was born there. At the age of 15, I got sent back to Mexico.
Okay.
And so I got to live both the best worlds, I lived from the age of 15 in Mexico, and then I came back married at the age of 20,
Wow.
21.
So you got married in Mexico.
I got married in Mexico. I met my beautiful wife.
¿De dónde es tu esposa?
Ella es de la Ciudad de México.
Very
I
nice.
lived in Mexico City for 5 years, so...
¿Y por qué te fuiste a los 15 años a México?
For the same reason, me mandaron a Mexico porque I got introduced into gangs and doing bad things, and my parents just decided, you know what, it's time for you to go.
Oye, ¿y en México te reformaste? ¿Alineadito por la derecha?
Al principio no, obviamente iba con la mentalidad de querer
Tough.
Sí, 15 años, ¿quién no se cree el dueño del mundo, no? O sea,
Claro.
y eso fue lo que me pasó con el policía. Yo me creía que pues yo podía con él. I'm sorry, I kind of spit at him, and that got him to really go off on me.
¿Pero
and
eso fue
grab
aquí
me.
o en México?
No, right here.
Aquí.
Aquí.
Has he seen you again since you've become
I don't know.
a boxing
I'm
champion?
sure he has, but I remember he grabbed me and just hit me on the windshield and just busted my lip, and But you live and learn. I think it was an eye opener for sure.
It's an interesting perspective that you have on it because things sometimes aren't as black and white, and you're seeing like both sides of it. I'm sure that he watches every one of your fights and says, "Man, I set that kid straight." Let me ask you something. Recently we had the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight where you got the biggest stars of the UFC and mixed martial arts coming in and fighting the biggest stars of boxing. Yeah. I know that you know a lot of mixed martial artists and they come into some of the gyms that you train at. Have you thought about maybe taking on one of the MMA fighters like DJ? God, I forget his name. Demetrius Johnson, for instance. TJ Dillashaw. Cody Garbrandt, these guys are around your weight. Would you be interested in doing a crossover fight like that?
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I respect both, disciplines. I got, we're in the same. I gotta say, we're in the same discipline, different organizations. UFC, boxing, combat sports. I trained with Jose Aldo. We got to spar together. Great guy, great human being. I love that guy, man. We're still in contact. He fights in December. I might go to his fight. He fights, I think, in Canada. But I respect, I don't know how to do martial arts. I don't know how to wrestle. So why would I get into that?
No, but having a mixed martial artist who knows boxing, like Conor McGregor did, come into boxing and compete with a boxer, do you think they'd have a chance? Do you think Jose Aldo would have a chance with you in a straight boxing match?
You're putting me on the fence here, man. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
I don't think that he would have a chance. Not in straight boxing.
What is this thing with having to prepare for the fight? You have to fast, is that? Or you have to starve yourself? ¿Cómo es esa cosa?
Oh, man, it's tough. Good question. Mira. Para empezar, no comes nada.
Are you kidding me?
No.
¿En serio? Because you're like...
No, seriously.
Why?
I get about 3 weeks. I walk around 155, 156 pounds, and I drop to 126.
And how long?
In 3 months.
What?
So,
126.
And
then you can gain weight back, right?
I'll tell you this much. 2 days before the weigh-ins are usually, I fight Saturday, weigh-ins on Friday, day before the fight. I don't eat 2 days before. Like a boiled egg in the morning. And just water a little bit, for 2 days, in order to make 126.
Explain to people that aren't into fight sports, why do you want to lose so much weight to fight at the smallest possible weight? What's the logic?
There's an advantage, obviously. My height. I mean, you just got to look at your advantage and disadvantages. Right. For instance, my disadvantage is if I move up into another higher level of weight class. They're taller, they've got the longer reach, and I'm giving them the advantage. When I could maybe sacrifice a little bit and make 126 and fight someone that, is maybe not that heavy, but I blow up from one day to another 10 pounds.
Right.
What?
So,
So you weigh in on 126 on Friday, and the next day you walk in at 136. And you get to fight a guy around your size.
Yeah.
So what happens, this happens Friday, that week, and then Saturday is the fight, right?
Yes.
And then what happens on Monday? You gain all those pounds back in the day?
That is
Like
155
Yes, el botenazo. Ahorita no me lo abroché, por cierto.
Wait, are you guys really naked when they weigh you guys in front of all those people?
No. Just underwear. Sometimes if you're like a pound, 2 ounces heavier, they make you.
Oh, I better be there.
But they cover them with a towel, Dennis. Don't get too excited.
Cut your hair off.
Yeah, this last fight actually, I was like almost 2 ounces almost up. And I was like, oh shoot, Mom, I have to go naked.
Or you can shave your head,
Why you gotta go for the hair? No, not my hair.
His head.
His hair looks nice. Come on, leave it alone.
Do you think it's actually, because a lot of fighters I know lose a lot of weight, and do you ever feel that it's detrimental in the ring to you when you have to lose so much weight and there's someone else who comes in much smaller walking around?
Of course, you gotta know when your body's telling you to move up on weight.
Yeah.
And some people just sacrifice so much and dehydrate.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, that's bad. I've had a fight prior to this one. I had an opponent that was bigger than me, heavier than me, but he cut so much weight that when he fought me, he was dehydrated.
Didn't have the strength.
He didn't have the strength. He was a power puncher. I didn't feel this punch, thank God, because he was I believe he was like 32 wins, 29 knockouts. So oh man, I was ready for his punch, but thank God we got the win and. We walked it out.
You're too quick and technical. What do you think is the state of boxing right now? Every year we hear, boxing's dead and it's about MMA, but then there's always a big fight and people are still into it. And when I go out to the press conferences, especially with Mexican fighters here in LA, the Mexican boxing fans here in LA are hardcore and they love you.
Oh yeah,
Mexi power! Thank you.
We're hardcore, man. Boxing is not that. Definitely not that. And we are making noise, and we are gonna make noise next year when I fight Leo Santa Cruz.
That's the fight.
And man, that's gonna be the fight for sure, man. I'm gonna give you guys the show.
Do you guys have a date?
We're talking about March, mid-March or late March. Okay.
For being a boxer, I feel like you're a little bit of a pretty boy. You got your hair done well, the teeth look white, we got some bling bling, some tattoos. Is that you or is that the wife that's dressing you up and dressing you down? Hopefully, too.
Dressing you down too.
No, that's just me. This is the way I like to dress.
How many tattoos do you have? Only here on the arm? Or?
No, I have this whole side here and 2 here.
How many scars do you have? Have you ever counted those?
Yeah, scars. I don't know how many, but I got about 10, if not more.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Wow.
Every scar is a story, but then yours, everyone is a fight.
Yeah.
So.
Abner, if we have any beef with another talk show that's giving us problems, can you got our back?
No. I got you guys.
He's got our back.
Abner Mares.